I will tell you the truth in this video, which we all know, but most of us, we don't want to admit it, right? We don't want to admit it. The rule number one is that you and me and everyone else, when I say you, I mean everybody, the truth is that each of us is alone in this world. You are absolutely alone. Even when you have family, friends, dogs, cats, you are still alone. On the large scale, the vast majority of people, pretty much everybody, nobody cares about anybody. Nobody cares about you. That's a harsh truth. Nobody cares about you besides maybe just, one or two people, maybe three people in your life. Usually it's very close family members or some one or two close friends. Usually. All right? Besides, the exceptions are some maybe accomplished famous people, I don't know, like writers, artists, or somebody else, that, their peers miss them, say, oh, this person passed away, it's a great loss for us. And they do remember that person. They have, they commemorate their name. They put statues of those people, paint their portraits, write books about them. But those are, just, 0.01%. The rest of us, nobody gives a damn about us. Spouses forget spouses after they die and remarry. Right? Children grow up and marry their spouses and have their own children. Our parents usually care about us. That's an exception. It could be also a dog, a cat, that after we die, the dog or cat will come to our grave and just mourn us. That's exception. But other than that, it's very important to understand that nobody cares about us. Nobody cares about each other. Why is it so? Because as one Canadian astronaut, I forgot his name, said, everybody struggles. Everyone struggles. Everyone has own problems, own issues in life, and everyone is self-absorbed and absorbed on them, on their family, on their close ones. So, frankly, you got to understand that individually only we care about ourselves. Because if we die, many people with whom we communicate, they'll forget about us in a week, maximum. Someone the next day, some people in a week, some in a month. But they'll forget and go on with their daily lives. They'll go to the parties and dance and drink and have fun. They occasionally may remember, oh, yeah, this Joe Schmo, poor Joe Schmo. I wish he was with us, or she was with us, poor Jane. I wish she was with us. Rest her soul in peace. Let's go and drink. That's how it's gonna be, and actually that's how it's supposed to be, because life must go on collectively for survival of our species. What it means? It means that you are pretty much the only person who cares about yourself. And it also means that you should not depend on other people for validation. Although it's a good thing when other people validate you, but you shouldn't. You should validate yourself, or you should get 1-2 people in your life who will support you and validate you, say, you're doing a good job, you're good. Just one person that you respect and love or like is enough. All right, just one friend or one spouse or one, somebody else, mentor. That's enough. 1-2 people. What you should do is you should validate yourself. You should care about yourself. You should encourage yourself. You should just go on, right? So it's actually you, and if you believe in God, it's between you and God, or between you and universe. If you are a scientist, right? Don't believe in God. Between you and nature, between you and galaxy, whatever I call it. It's really a relationship between you and that, the surrounding world. Now, on the one hand, it's scary. On the other hand, you must understand, it's actually a good thing. If you look at it from the other way, it's absolute freedom. Once you detach all right, from depending on like opinion of others, stuff like that, you become absolutely free. You start expressing your free will. You detach from the matrix. And by the way, it's very, very hard when you detach from the matrix. It's like in the movie, you wake up in a completely different world. You start seeing things that you didn't see before, and they're not nice. They could be nasty, unpleasant things. And you will detach even more and more. Trust me. Mentally, you'll detach even more and more. It kind of happened to me when I was in school. It's not detaching from reality. It's actually going back to reality. You're detaching from this social, social agenda, social constructs. It doesn't mean you have to become antisocial, because your conscious, your morals, your values really depend on you. All right? It's not an excuse to be antisocial person. You know, antisocial people, they still depend on other people, what the people think about them. You know, criminals, care what other criminals think about them. They depend on other criminals. They want to fit in. It's not freedom. You know, antisocial behavior is not freedom, and freedom is not equal to antisocial behavior. Freedom is you start understanding better consciously what's going on around you, how society works, and how you fit in or you don't fit in. And you make conscious choices. Many people, especially successful people, they understand it on subconscious level, all right? And they exercise free will and they get successful, etc., etc. But most other people, because frankly life is hard, we're not that smart, we allow ourselves to slip in within the society. We allow ourselves to get absorbed, and because it's comfortable, okay? You fit in, nobody bothers you, okay? You fit in, and you get your minimal what you get. You get your minimal standard of living, whatever you get, and it could be comfortable depending on the country where you live. And we don't want to get out of that zone of comfort. And that, I understand that it works for most people, but some people want more, all right? And what I wanted to say that freedom hurts. So I'm giving you a fair warning, freedom hurts. But the most important thing, because it's you and this world, you alone in this world, and doesn't matter you're a woman or man, but especially if you're a man, right? Because, it's like there are certain expectations still in society from men versus expectations from women. You should understand that nobody cares about you. So why don't you care about yourself? Just start caring about yourself. Start validating yourself, start caring about yourself, start encouraging yourself, start being positive about yourself, and move yourself through this life, all right? Don't get affected by some schmucks who, point fingers at you or doing other things. I have plenty of this in my life for different reasons, which I will not tell yet, maybe sometime later. I had people who were trying to destroy me and still trying to destroy me literally in my family, and they succeeded in a way. And what I've noticed that people are especially successful in destroying us when we depend on them, or when we depend on other people, or we depend on their opinions, right? Especially when we mentally depend on them. The fear of rejection, the fear of not fitting in, they exploit it really well, and they destroy us. So independence of mind, all right? Independence of mind, of thinking, of free will, that probably what detaches us from the rest of the world, from the animal world, from everything else, all right? That's what makes us human, and that's what makes us different. And that's what makes us either successful, unsuccessful too, by the way. But I gotta say that gotta give you a warning that before you start exercising these things, the detachment is very painful, because you will start losing friends. You will start detaching from friends. You'll start noticing things in other people that you loved or respected, and you won't be able to stay with them anymore. It's difficult. Whether it's worth it, I don't know. I don't know. So I cannot encourage anyone to start exercising these things, start observing from the outside. Maybe it's better to be on the inside. Maybe it's better to be, happy idiot than unhappy smart person, right? Maybe it's better to be just fit in and, be happy and go with the wave, with the flow, and who knows, maybe it will carry you to success. Some people are successful in going with the flow too. That's all I wanted to say. And a few more things that because you're alone, don't expect that other people will, support you, encourage you, and do other things. Just don't expect anything from other people. So when you get something from other people, it will be a pleasant surprise. But you don't expect anything from them. They're struggling themselves. They're trying to feed their families. They're trying to do their things. So don't get offended if they don't say hi to you, don't look at you. Even don't get offended if they, trying to destroy you. Just accept it as a fact and just fight back. That's all. But lower your expectations from people, right? You can raise your expectations from yourself, from yourself, right? About yourself, because you are responsible for what you do, okay? Because you can change yourself, but you cannot change other people unless they want to change. So don't have high expectations. It's about you, really, in this world, and maybe a few other people around you, all right? But at the same time, one more thing, caring for other people is part of, our civilization survival. So it's a good thing. You should care for other people, but don't expect that other people will be eternally grateful to you. It's just not going to happen. People forget things. That's how our mind works. We forget things. So you help somebody not because you expect that person to be loyal for the rest of your life. You help it because that's how it's supposed to be. Because that's how we are humans. That's how we're supposed to help each other. You help in the society. You help in the civilization. You help in our race, the whole people race to survive. That's why you do it, all right? You help one person, you help the whole world. Okay, I think that's enough. That's too much philosophical mama jamba talk, and I'll see you later.